It's really to Riot's credit that they've balanced the Phantom and Vandal so well. In CSGO, it's not even close. You drop your M4 and AUG for an AK or risk enduring torrential flaming from your teammates if you don't. Even during that brief 1-year period of time when the AUG was considered overpowered, dropping an AK for an AUG was debatable still. Now, just this week, YouTuber streamer IamBiddy tracked and shared the usage of the two guns in a professional Valorant tournament, revealing a 70-30 split in favor of the Phantom among the pros as both attackers and defenders. And this seems to be true anecdotally across semi-pro and Valorant ranked streamers as well. Now, given such strong parallels between the AK-M4 AUG of CS and the Vandal Phantom of Valorant, why is the preference completely reversed? So in this video, we'll try and see if we can't uncover the reasons for this heavy Phantom preference. And given that the Vandal still sees play 30% of the time, discover what are the right circumstances to use each gun. First, the dreaded stats. There's many differences between the two guns, but let's look at the ones that matter and under what context they're meaningful. For example, is mag size a meaningful stat? The Phantom has 30 bullets versus the Vandal's 25, but outside of 15 meters takes double the number of shots to kill. So a mag size comparison is absolutely meaningless without the context of the distance at which you're engaging and the percentage of your engagements within 15 meters. Since the Phantom one-hit headshots at 15 meters and below, yes, the larger mag of the Phantom is an advantage as you now have 30 chances to kill. However, beyond 15 meters, the Phantom now needs a minimum of 2 bullets to kill, whereas the Vandal still only needs 1, giving the Vandal mag more potential kills at longer ranges. So if it's meaningless to compare stats like mag size, what can we compare? Well, how about time to kill? The time to kill for headshots of both guns is actually the same, boiling down to who clicks first. This is because you get aim punch, i.e. given random recoil when you get headshot, allowing the Phantom to secure the second shot before you even get the chance to fight back. In CSGO, there's no aim punch when you have a helmet, which allows your opponents to fight back. Additionally, there is a good amount of character model flinch when you're headshot, making it possible for you to miss your next shot. In Valorant, aim punch exists regardless of armor, and the flinching whiplash animation of the character model is gone, which makes it drastically easier to land consecutive shots and double dink enemies with your Phantom before they have the chance to fight back. Okay, so the headshot time to kill is the same for both guns. But what about when it comes to body shots? Well, again, it depends on context. In this case, the distance of your shots and the armor status of your opponents. This chart tracks which gun has the advantage depending on the distance at which you engage in the columns and the armor status of your opponent in the rows. A blue filled square means the Phantom has the advantage, and the number in the box tells you how much faster you kill in milliseconds compared to the other gun. So, for example, the topmost left blue cell tells us that the Phantom beats the Vandal by 51.59 milliseconds in a body shot duel at 0 to 15 meters when neither shooter has armor. So, a few things to notice. Clearly, the Vandal has the distance advantage at 30 to 50 meters. But to determine whether this is significant for you, I recommend going through the timeline of your past matches to get an accurate idea of how often you're taking fights in each range. For me in my playstyle, the 30 to 50 meter range is pretty rare, occurring maybe 1 out of every 4 to 5 fights at most. The best thing for you to do is to review your own matches to see whether the distance advantage of the Vandal is worth it for you. So on the flip side, the Phantom obviously has the advantage close range, and a greater advantage in terms of time to kill compared to what the Vandal has at far range. One other thing to notice is that the Phantom trounces the Vandal against non-heavy armored opponents. Now, this is not insignificant as currently heavy armor costs 2.5 times more than light. Additionally, meta favorite agents Phoenix and Sage, who is currently picked literally every game, revive out of their ultimates without armor. So against opponents who've just revived or are likely to skimp on the high cost of heavy armor, you're better off with the Phantom at most common distances seen in-game. In fact, of the two rifles, only the Phantom is affected by a heavy armor buy. If you look at the number of shots required to kill with a Vandal, nothing changes by upgrading from light to heavy armor. For the cost of an additional 600 creds, you are essentially buying only insurance, allowing you to take more chip damage before the required number of Vandal shots to kill you falls from 4 to 3. In comparison, heavy armor against the Phantom removes its one-hit headshot potential at 15 to 30 meters, and increases body shots required from 4 to 5 at the same range. So if your team only plays Vandals and Operators, your opponents could forego the heavy armor without any absolute consequences. Having a Phantom or two on the team keeps your opponents economically honest, because against the Phantom, they absolutely need the heavy armor to stop the one-hit headshot and 4-hit body shot at 15 to 30 meters, which is arguably the most common range for engagements. Next, let's consider the fire rate. The Phantom fires almost 20% faster than the Vandal, but again, this only matters in the context of 3 other elements of the game: tagging, smokes, and wall pen. Tagging is super strong right now, punishing players with an 80% slow for getting hit with a bullet. Firing a greater number of bullets per second means you're more likely to land one on a moving opponent, slow them, and secure the kill. The same logic applies to walls. Most walls in the game are spammable, and you up your chances of hitting someone through a wall if you're spamming more bullets per second. Lastly, smokes. Currently 6 of the 10 characters have a wall or smoke that you can shoot through. And again, when you're firing blindly through them, the more bullets per second the better. Another advantage derived from the faster fire rate is better movement. At longer ranges, you generally hold back on full spraying down your opponents because it's not reliable. The average time to secure a kill full spraying sitting still would give your opponent way too much time to line up their headshot on you. Tapping is suboptimal as well, because in that case you may as well have a Guardian or even Sheriff in your hand. Instead, burst firing while strafing between bursts allows you to send a cloud of bullets at their head, maximizing your chance to kill while avoiding sitting still and making yourself an easy target. The faster fire rate of the Phantom means you can burst the same number of bullets as the Vandal quicker, allowing you to start strafing earlier and more often than the slower firing gun. Additionally, with the Phantom being more accurate in general means there's less times you need to aim down sights, which comes with a 25% move speed reduction. Given how punishing tagging is at the moment, you want to be moving as quickly and as often as possible, doing everything in your power to avoid being tagged. Lastly, the Phantom has a slightly faster recoil recovery time, which again helps you slip and slide between shots like a pro. Now, the last point I want to make about the Phantom is that its greatest weakness, the additional body shot required to kill at longer distances and/or with armor, and lack of one-hit headshot potential are easily overcome by chip damage. Currently, a full 60% of the roster have abilities that deal damage. There's even Raze, whose entire role is to chip away at people's armor. Just 10 chip damage ensures your Phantom one-hit headshots from 15 to 30 meters. And 26 chip damage is all you need to transform your Phantom into a rapid-fire Vandal that's also silenced at all ranges. Hope this video has given you the necessary tools to think about comparisons between the two guns. That's really the most important aspect you could take away, because any future patch could alter the balance between the two. Map designs could get bigger, new character abilities could make smokes obsolete, the relative armor cost between the light and heavy could change, and I'm almost certain there will be a Vandal era at some point in the future of this game. And when that's the case, if you remember the important points to consider in deciding between Phantom or Vandal, you'll already be ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and share this with your squad to rank up faster together.
Got the sauce, yeah.